Okay, um, welcome to my first long form video. Um, I'm pretty much going to go over how I made 128 mil in 7 days from 1 mil. To be honest, I probably could have done it quicker. Um, but I was only really logging on once a day, um, just to like claim auctions, put new auctions up, claim bazaar, put new bazaar orders up. But to be honest, if I were to do it for 24 hours straight, from one coin, I could probably get from one coin to 100 mil, but I just don't have the time for that. And if I do, I'd probably make it into a long form video anyways, just to prove to you that I haven't 128 mil. If you've been seeing my short series, you can see the whole process. But these don't count. That's for my main. That doesn't count. But here, like 11 mil, 20 mil, 40 mil, 25 mil, 14 mil, 14 mil. So that adds up to like 128 mil, roughly. Um, but pretty much what I did was when I was starting out, um, when you only have one coin, you just have to find something on the bazaar that sells for less than one that you can NPC sell higher. Yeah, rough gemstones. So you just find under the sell price there one for less than one coin. So citrine you could do, and that's about it. When I did it, sapphire I think was at zero point 0.4 coins. So I just flipped that for a bit, and then a lot of enchanted books sell for really, really cheap, and then you can just craft them into the higher tier and then sell them. I think I did it with first impression. So if we come to first impression, yeah, sell price, which is what you're buying for, is at 1.2k, and then the sell order or the buy price is at 582. I think I also did this with flow state, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so you can buy it for 20 coins each, sell it for 58k. So that's pretty much how I started to get like a lot of money. And then also Cat can make a lot of money. If I get the wiki page, um, so Cat on the wiki, you have a lot of different crafts. You have ones that take a couple hours, all the way up to a couple days. Generally, because of the pet crafting update that happened a couple updates ago, there's no gambling with superintendent eggs to get rare or legendary pets dependent on your pet luck. Instead, you always just craft the common version of the pet, and then you level it up through Cat. So Cat has actually become quite a good money making method. Um, Personally, I just wanted coins like fairly quickly, so I always went for. I didn't do Jerry's, but Jerry is like an example of what I'm talking about. Um, you can generally find cat flips that have like a range. You have ones that go for like an hour total or 2 hours if you do the mythic version. Like 1 day ones. These ones are 2 minutes, which is pretty good. And what I did, all of mine through, um, which I think if I come to my personal Discord bot, I think you can do it with Sky Helper as well. Yeah, so you just come to Sky Helper, profit per hour, epic chicken, except only don't do anything less than legendary. So you can see legendary chicken, you profit 380k, profit per hour 30 mil. Right, and then you have bats, legendary baby yetis, and whatever else, right? But like as you can see, silverfish is 2 minutes to craft. It costs 65 coins, and you sell it for 3.5 mil. Like the chicken, and you can just see it with all of those. And then you have like hour-long crafts, like the skeleton, which have a higher profit, but like less per hour since they don't take 2 minutes to craft. But yeah, and then I think I did this for money to start crafting accessories. I can actually check. Yeah, so I was just selling a bunch of pets, as you can see, like 2 zombies, 2 silverfish, 2 chickens, and then also people are really lazy, and when they're filling out the museum over there, they'll just buy items from the auction house. So what I did is you can just find items from an NPC like Rosetta, and you can just buy Squire armor for 5,000 coins each. You can just buy Squire armor 5,000 coins and then sell it for 200k. So I also did that. I did that with Celeste, Squire, and then I started crafting accessories, and I was still doing pet flips at this time. Accessories almost always make money. So like here, you can buy enchanted ink sacks for 30 mil, and then it auctions for 50 mil. Like just that type of stuff. It depends on what your budget is. Obviously, if your budget's a lot less, then examples shown. Like here, I put a budget of 6 mil. Vaccine talismans. Yeah, you get the point. And the whole time I was still doing like the pet crafts just because they took like 2 minutes and I would profit like 1.5 mil each time. And then yeah, I just kept on selling, crafting and selling talismans. That's another talisman, Rod of the Seas. If you have if you have fish, you can like see gearcraft prices, or you can just look in game. For example, Rod of the Sea. If you have Sky Honey, it'll show you the lowest bin and then the crafting price. So you don't even need like a tool or a bot to figure out if you can profit from crafting anything. More accessories, and then here I used my custom bots museum craft flip command. So I saw in that example it was like a dragon fuse glove that I crafted. But yeah. Yeah, so I just found like craft flips and then I would flip them. Eternal Hooves. There was like a spooky festival at the time of me recording that. So soul fragment prices were down and the what's it called? The base talisman of the Lucky Hoof was also down. So I just crafted those. It's mainly me just selling accessories really, because accessories have a high margin for whatever reason I couldn't tell you. Yeah, like this is me buying the Lucky Hooves and Wolf Talismans for the Wolf Rings that I crafted. This was a failed investment. I was gonna try to craft a mythic baby Yeti pet, but that fell through. But also, when you're like, let's say you're looking to craft, um, you're like looking at your on the auction house and you're looking to craft something, and you go, let's go with a rod of seed. So a lot of times items get manipulated. So if you come on CoffleNet, you can just search Rod of the Sea, and you can come down average. Okay, that's unrealistic, but like a lot of the times you can just get like a clean one. The average is 18 mil. That's inflated because of the Lotus Atoll, but like if we go to a week, the average is 16 mil, so it's not being manipulated right now. But if you go to something like Ember Leggings, yeah, if you go to something like Ember Leggings, like you can't craft these anymore. So someone can take the average price from around 10 mil all the way up to 30 mil, and it just inflates the value. So I always check the 1 week average price for anything that I'm crafting, just to make sure that I'm not getting market manipulated, if that makes sense. But also in the series, I got pretty lucky. I bought charm books on the night before the Lotus Atoll came out for Charm 1 books, I should say. I bought Charm 1 books for 20k per, I believe. And then 3 hours later, while I was asleep, the Lotus Atoll came out, and they shot all the way up to around 23 mil at the peak, like around 23 mil at the peak. I sold them preemptively at around like 10 mil here, but I'm pretty happy with that. I turned what did I spend? 160k per book into 10 mil. So yeah, I got pretty lucky there, but also I don't think it would have mattered. I would have just kept on crafting legendary pets and just recycling coins that way. But also, if you're starting out, there's like a ton of free tools. You don't need your own Discord bot to find these things. A general rule of thumb is if you're crafting almost anything, you'll make a profit. Like if I just toggle, here you go. If you just toggle accessories in here, like this is a 4 mil margin there. What's a random one? That's a drop. This one, 3 mil margin. No, sorry, that one's not profit. Pulse ring, 100k margin. This one, go. Like you get the point. If you craft almost anything, you'll make a profit. That's actually crazy. But yeah, if you craft almost anything, you'll make a profit. This goes for like armor, accessories, um, just basic items. Yeah, it goes for basic items too. Like enchanted books, I kinda didn't do this too much just because my enchanting level's so low, and I kept on having to log on to my main to combine the books, which you could say goes against the spirit of the challenge, but I'm on a profile with a bunch of collections unlocked. Yeah, so I don't know. If I were to do this on like a fresh, brand new profile, obviously my strategy would be vastly, vastly different. It would be mostly in the bazaar, but yeah. Yeah, so if you craft almost anything, you'll make a profit. Enchanted books are a really good one. If you don't have, okay, you can just go to this website, skyblock none of okay, personally, I don't think any of their other tools are very good. I mainly just use this one when I didn't have my own Discord bot for it. It's really the only one that's very useful. For full transparency, I bought premium when it was like 80% off. It was like $5 AUD, so that's like 30 cents American. But yeah, I don't think any of the premium tools are very good. But this one is very good, personally. I can just come here. I always set the minimum buy order as 100 or like 400, because without it, it'll show like tier 2 book crafts, and no one buys tier 2 book crafts. So you always set it as like 400, and you'll get like all of the proper crafts. So like green thumb 5, you buy order 16 green thumbs, you get 2.7 mil profit. So that's a good website that I use really frequently, actually. And then like just general bazaar flipping. If I were to start this challenge again in like a 24-hour series, I would probably mainly just NPC sell things. So like on skyblock.bz, which is another great website, you can set it to hours. You can set like, this just shows if you buy something on the bazaar and then sell it to an NPC, like what the maximum profit you can get is, what the margin per coin is, how many insta sales are per hour, how much before your NPC limited, which is really good in my opinion. So yeah, I think if I were to start the challenge again, I would get just like enough coins. Like I would see this melon, you can buy it for 0.2 coins. I'd buy 5, and then keep on cycling that until I can move up to something with a higher margin, like enchanted clay, and then I would just buy order enchanted clay or enchanted snow. And obviously always check the prices, see if they're manipulated. Like this used to be 195k, now it's 500k. It's obviously manipulated. So always just do your due diligence when you're looking to do something, because you can overbid or overpay just like that. It also has crafting, so yeah, it's just a really good website. I would use it. Other really good things, but another YouTuber, yeah, this guy, he uploads fantastic videos, I'll be honest. Yeah, but he has a great Discord server that has plenty of like free commands. Like it's not locked behind like a Patreon paywall or anything. If I were to come here, he has the same as Skyblock Tools, where you can flip enchanted books. As you can see, Swarm 1 to 5, cost per book 1 mil. Yeah, so it's like that. And then another good one is his fusion command. So I really wanted to get into fusions on this profile, but I would have had to unlock Galatea or buy them, trade them to my main, and then go over with my main, and it would have just been a whole thing. And I don't know, that feels a little bit too far. But like fusions are a great way to make money. Hunting in general, I think most methods make a lot of coins. He also has an NPC command, which is similar to. There's just a lot of great resources that you can that are publicly available and completely free that you can find and use for flipping. You don't have to go buy anything, right? A lot of it's publicly available and free. Just play the game. You get a good understanding of markets by playing the game a lot. Well, not even a lot, but if you understand that, okay, if you've played every Skyblock event, you can understand what items are more publicly available during the event and afterwards aren't publicly available. Also, just essence flipping. I can't flip essence because I'm not cat 20. By the way, I think that's so dumb. But that is purely my opinion. So yeah, I hope that helps with understanding my thought process behind flipping and how I find my flips. Um, Quite frankly, I think I did get a little bit lucky in buying the timing of buying the charm books, but God forbid. Um, but I think I probably would have been 20 mil behind where I am right now if that hadn't have happened, because I think I would have been more due diligent in making coins. Um, had I not have made 80 mil in one day. Oh yeah, sorry. Other good flips that I haven't mentioned are pretty much anything in this list, right? So if I come here and use this, if you just go to Agatha, the NPC in the Galatea, most of the time, if you buy all the Agatha coupons, buy shards, Heron is always more profitable than Crow, because it's a higher requirement to be able to purchase the shard. You'll almost always make profit. Um, this is a 28% ROI. Bat fireworks are crazy for money, really. The only reason I didn't do it was because I couldn't be bothered to get the Aviphone contact, frankly, but it's really good for money. On average, every time you click, you'll get 52,000 coins. And you can change lobbies every like 10 seconds. It's pretty crazy. Um, Other flips that I've picked up is sometimes you can craft jungle keys from Ottawa for 100 sludge juice. Sometimes it'll be profit. Most of the time it's not, because jungle keys are very volatile. But crafting floor gemstones into flawless gemstones is a really good way to make money. Like, as you can see, 300k profit, 1.6 mil profit. Topaz is manipulated right now, so just ignore that. Opal and Ruby, no one really buys, so I would ignore that. But like Peridot, 17,000 instant buys a week. 500k, 400k, 300k, 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 300k. You get the picture, right? If you craft anything, you'll make money, especially if it's through cat. I might make an entirely dedicated video on cat just because of how underrated and good she is for a money making method. specifically like for flipping, which might ruin cat. So I apologize if I'm leaking or ruining anyone's method. So yeah, um, if you haven't seen my daily flipping series, I would highly recommend it. But I'm kind of biased, so I'll leave that up to your guys' discretion. So thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.